whoever is watching this video, the reason I'm making it is because I had a not so great time this last month with individuals I'm not going to name. I'm not going to hint at it, but it was not a good time. They berated me, insulted me, insinuated that I was unintelligent, that I was dumb, that I needed extra guidance and instructions for the most basic of tasks. And not only was I treated like this, berated, maybe even bullied, but right after they were done doing all these things to me, they would go right up next to the next person in our group and do the exact opposite. Treat them with firmness but fairness, dignity. They'd laugh with them. They'd laugh at me. It was this one final moment when we were traveling through the airport that I realized that things were not going to get better. I was in a neurotic and toxic environment due to one individual, and this individual was not going anywhere, and I cannot change this individual to be better. So at this moment I realized that I had to leave. I had to go. I had to leave this organization behind for good. I reached out to the proper persons. They tried to say, wait, just reconsider it. I promised them I would reconsider it, and I'll honor that promise because I am going to reconsider this, and I am still reconsidering it. But I also told them I'm probably not going to change my mind. I didn't want to leave this organization. I didn't want to leave these people because I felt there was a lot of value I could bring to them. I could show them, I could guide to them. But ultimately, my wealth of knowledge, the information I possess, inside my mind, my experiences, the things I've learned, I cannot effectively utilize them if I'm in an environment where I am constantly having the rug pulled off from underneath my feet. So, my best option was to tell a senior person what's the process for me to leave so I can leave. They explained. I said, okay, I'm going to be leaving next month. That person thankfully advocated for me. I tried reaching out to a very senior person within our group. That senior person made a very small note in our conversation about how he'd probably learned about it. He connected the dots. He's clearly a very smart, competent person. I dig it. I was not going to confront this person. I was going to just decide that it was better for me to cut my losses and leave. But due to one of my peers coming forward and explaining to me that, they wanted to go ahead and do something, I realized that I have an obligation to hold this person accountable for their conduct, their lack of professionalism, the lack of giving dignity and courtesy to those who give him professionalism and respect every single day. I try to completely and utterly forget every single thing that person said to me, every single thing that person had insinuated about me. Not even just during this month where we were together, but almost like for the past year, every month we'd meet up. There'd be small moments where this person would do things, and I couldn't help but question if this was a pattern or if this was just a onesie-twosie type of thing, because it really did only happen a couple of times per month where we met up. And I had considered, maybe I'm just imagining it, or if I am seeing something, maybe it is my fault. But this month, it was an eye-opener, and I now realized that for once, this was not my fault. And now the best course of action I can take is to remove myself from the environment. When I eventually confront this person next month, tell them the things that they made me feel by their conduct and their actions, I don't know how well I'll be able to compose myself and how well I'll be able to not become emotional, to become angry. But they've left me no choice, and so I will do what I must do. I'll be firm, I'll be fair, I'll give dignity, I'll give courtesy, I'll give respect, I'll give the things that they did not give me. Not because I consider myself to be better, but because I am willing to try and be better every day. If you find yourself in a situation where you're being bullied by maniacal, malicious, passive-aggressive persons who taunt you all day long at work, church, whatever walk of life you're in, and they're in a position of authority and power over you, and they constantly use that authority and power to abuse you rather than to lift you up, you can walk away. The question is are you willing to walk away? That is the end all. That is the end all be all for pretty much all people. Are you willing to walk away? Sometimes that is the most difficult thing we as human beings can do. I'm a very empathetic and emotional, passionate person to a flaw, and people will often try and take advantage of that fact about me. And it's made me bitter. It's made me disgruntled. And I hate that about me. I really do. Because I just have so much love that I want to share with as many people as I am able to. And the world keeps forcing me to not do that, to not share this love and this care and this compassion I have. Because there's so many pretenders out there who will stab you in the back the moment you turn around. So again, I say, if you are in a situation where you're being neglected, you're being ostracized, you're being bullied, you can walk away. That's my 7 minutes of advice. Know when to walk away. Know when you are not valued. Because not everyone's going to value you. Take care. Stay hard.